My family threw a secret party for my brother's newborn Itab, but never invited me. You guys, I still can't quite believe this happened. Imagine standing on your parents' porch, the sound of laughter spilling from inside, laughter from your own brother's baby shower, while your mom glares at you, telling you, you don't belong here. My stomach was in knots, but that's when my 16-year-old daughter, Lindsay, stepped forward, her eyes blazing with a quiet fire I'd never seen. She smiled sweetly at her grandmother and dropped a bombshell. We know, Grandma. That's why Dad's lawyer came with us. Can you even imagine? A lawyer. At a baby shower. You just have to know what happened next, right? My name is Heather. I'm 34 now, and this whole crazy story started way back. I was the firstborn, a little girl named Heather Davis, growing up in a modest house in suburban Boston. For 3 amazing years, I was my parents' entire world. Then Nathan came along, my little brother. And that's when everything changed. Slowly, subtly at first, then undeniably, the family dynamic shifted. I remember my 10th birthday. I got practical stuff, school supplies, clothes I needed. Fine, whatever. But then, 2 months later, Nathan turned 7. He got a brand new bike, a pile of video games, and a weekend trip to Six Flags. This wasn't a one-off, you know? This was the pattern of our childhood. Nathan's just more sensitive, my mother would always say, waving off my questions about the glaring disparity. He needs the extra attention. Me? I was just expected to be the responsible one, without any of the perks that usually come with that title. In high school, I poured everything into being perfect. I kept a 3.9 GPA, I joined the debate team, I volunteered at the hospital. I was desperate for their approval. For 4 years, my parents made it to exactly 2 of my debate competitions, always citing work conflicts. But they never, ever missed a single one of Nathan's baseball games, even when they were scheduled smack dab in the middle of their work hours. It was like a constant punch to the gut. Then came the day I got my acceptance letter to Boston University, with a partial scholarship. I was bursting with pride, racing home to share the news. I found my parents in the kitchen, practically fawning over Nathan's C+ in algebra, a huge improvement from his D. When I announced my college news, my mother barely glanced up. That's nice, honey, she said. We'll talk about it later. We're celebrating Nathan's progress right now. We never did talk about it later. That sting, it never really went away. The summer I turned 18, right after graduation, my world turned upside down again. I found out I was pregnant. Marcus Williams, my boyfriend of 2 years, disappeared within a week of me telling him. My parents' disappointment was a physical thing in the air. We expected more from you, Heather, my father said, his voice heavy with judgment. You've always been so responsible. It was the first time they'd ever acknowledged that quality in me, and it was to throw it back in my face. But here's the kicker, over the next few months, while they froze me out, they somehow reconnected with Marcus. He was visiting them, spinning his story, painting himself as, and then watch the full story link is attached below.